Libra, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So, dear Libroski, fist bump to y'all, and welcome to your twin flame reading for the month of February. And in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at the overall energy, the challenge between you and your twin flame, past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify all the cards and get some final advice. Now, dear Libroski, here is the thing. These readings right here that I'm doing for twin flames, these are very specific only for the group of Libras who know that they're on a twin flame journey. So I'm saying, all right, how do you like this shirt? How do you like this eagle shirt? I've had this for years, I believe. For years. Yeah. Libra. Let's see what's going on for my Libroskis. What do you need to know about your twin flame? And if anything you want to know about your funny Armenian guy, I literally did upper body workout today, and it was so good. So I'm saying, Libroski. Y'all know my Mars is in Libra, and I'm a quadruple Leo. So I'm saying, I don't do reversals. I just don't. Oh, she's all naked. Okay. So, dear Libra, your challenge and the energy between you and your twin flame is the star. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, there is the Seven of Swords. So, it's a wish being fulfilled. It's a dream. The star, okay, Aquarius energy, it talks about some sort of a dream or a manifestation or a wish here to be fulfilled. Okay, there is a dream that you have with your twin flame you want to manifest. This is about a manifestation. Before I even pull the other cards and clarify, we're going to talk about this shortly. But this is about you being really hopeful and full of light and full of hope that this is going to work out. The star also represents healing. So I feel like this twin flame journey for many of you has been very healing. You've done a lot of internal work. It's really transformed you from within. We're going to clarify this. Now, in the recent past, we have the Fool, the Strength, and the Queen of Swords. Some of you were dealing with an Aries, Leo, possibly another air sign. I feel like that for many of you, there was a brand new beginning here in this relationship, okay? And, you know, I feel like that you, with the Queen of Swords, I don't know if you cut this person off, okay? There is something about you being fed up with something and having to end the situation or some sort of a decision here, okay? That's a very specific Libra energy, not a gender specific, but there was a decision that had to be made, okay? We're going to clarify this and find out. In the month of February, you have the Knight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. You're struggling to actually move on from your twin flame. And again, it's a very intense connection. Everyone has the freedom to either let go or to, you know, try to work it out with their twin flame. A lot of you, as you can see, there is a scales in this person's hands and there is a Knight of Cups. It's like your mind goes back into this twin flame connection and you're always imagining, because you have a very strong imagination, you're always visualizing how would it like if you both were together? Okay, so so there is a part of you, Libra, that says, I want to revisit this relationship and I want to work it out. And then there is a part of you with the Six of Swords that says, you know, I think I just need to move on completely and just do my own thing. We're going to clarify this. Now, in the near future, you have the Queen of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Interestingly enough, it doesn't always happen, but here it is. You have the King and a Queen, and in between there is the Seven of Pentacles. So it means that both of you, you and your twin flame, are going to be in this contemplative mode when it comes to this relationship, when it comes to this connection with your twin flame. And I feel like that for many of you, there is going to be a face-to-face conversation or at least some sort of a contact. February and March, okay, going to be the Mercury retrograde is going to happen. There is a lot of comebacks. There is a lot of, you know, people popping up from the past. So there is a possibility that there will be a discussion. But I do see here also, and there is no sugarcoating, you don't fully trust your twin flame yet. There is something here that you are not so sure 100%. You kind of suspect that there might be a third-party situation here involved with them. We're going to find out more as we clarify now. So let's clarify the star, dear Libroski. The star. Sorry, Libra. I just gotta get some water. Some water. So I'm saying, Can I get a what? Okay, so let's clarify the star and see what is it that you need to know. Empress at the bottom of the deck. Someone here is a baby mama, baby daddy, okay, with the Empress. Someone here is in their divine feminine energy. You could be dealing with someone, not a gender specific, but, you know, something feminine. Anyway, so you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Four of Cups, and you have the Nine of Swords. For many of you, I feel like that you stressed out a lot about this. You are afraid right now, not afraid, but you're really concerned. What if I initiate a conversation with my twin flame, and what if they reject me and I get overwhelmed? You don't want to experience what you experienced before, Libra. Okay, a lot of you have gone through multiple rejections in the past with people with, you know, into connections in general that you were very much invested into. And when it comes to your twin flame, this is like the worst kind of rejection that you feel like you would have. And because the twin flame journey can be very intense, it's a very strong chemistry, it's a very familiar feeling, as if you're dealing with yourself and you're facing your own shadow. You're seeing parts of yourself that you didn't see, or maybe you didn't want to see. Okay, so you have set the intention to manifest, okay? You have set the intention to create this, whatever it is that you want with your twin flame, but there is still a lot of overthinking going on because you don't want to get rejected. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to experience that. Now, let's talk about the recent past here. You have the Fool. There was a brand new beginning. I feel like your person, your twin flame might have entered into your life quite fast, and then also they left quite fast. Page of Wands, fire sign energy, and then Justice at the bottom of the deck. Could it be someone that was actually younger than you? Judgment, Scorpio energy. And you have the Hanged Man, Pisceana. Libra, so that's you at the bottom of the deck, Justina. So in the recent past, for many of you, it took a long time for your twin flame to actually make a decision here. And I think that they came to a conclusion, quote unquote, that they don't want to be in a relationship. They might have even called you names. They might have even tried to like hurt you at a certain point. You both got into some sort of a heated conversation in the past. So the strength, dear Libra, is clarified by the Magician, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. I think that you were manifesting reunion with this person in the past, or you were manifesting commitment, marriage. Like I said, in the past, you definitely met your twin flame for a very specific reason. And I do see here you investing, maybe you reconciled, you got back together again, and you were very much involved in this relationship. A lot of you could have also noticed this as a third party. This is not going to resonate with everyone, respectfully. You could have seen this Three of Cups, Libra, as like a third party situation. And there was a decision here that had to be made. Okay, I'm getting here very much like cut off. You were in your head a lot, definitely in the recent past. I think the decision that you made with the Queen of Swords was not easy. Okay, so let's clarify the Queen of Swords, and it's clarified by the Devil, the Justice, and the Fool. Some sassy shit out here. There you are, Justina. You know what I mean? Justice, the Fool, and the Devil. The Devil is the third-party situation or the addiction, the toxicity, depending on your circumstance. There was something that you had to cut off. Some of you initiated the ending of this, or, you know, it's like you realized you couldn't really continue existing in a connection where there was this notion of you not being chosen, where your twin flame wasn't so sure about you. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that it hurt you at a very deep level, because obviously you didn't want to experience this type of a rejection. You didn't want to experience this same type of, it's like almost you were being rejected by yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to put it into words, but it's like this was a feeling of you hurting yourself, but you had to make the decision, and it hurt a lot. Okay, they could have also cut you out as well. There could have been also legal matters. There could have been a lot of obstacles here. So the Devil, toxicity, okay, Capricorn energy. I'm getting here someone that also might have been very like ruthless at certain points. So the Knight of Cups, there is a lot of thinking going on, Libra, about the past, about this relationship. So the Knight of Cups is clarified by the Hermit, Virgo energy, the Lovers, and the Emperor. Yeah, you're thinking about your twin flame a lot. You're constantly contemplating, going back and forth, you know, doing a lot of thinking. And you do love this person here. The Emperor, okay, represents Aries, Gemini, the Lovers, and the Hermit, Virgo. So for many of you, there was a lot of thinking that was going on. And in the present moment, I think you're still gonna try to shed light onto the past, just like the Hermit is holding the lantern and shedding light onto the past. A lot of thinking is going on. You're really trying to also understand, did this person truly love me? That's something that you keep questioning and you keep asking. Now, the Six of Pentacles, Libra, you're not giving up yet, but also some of you are going to be like, you know what, I think I want to take a break and I want to move on from my twin flame for now. So the Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Queen of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Ten of Wands, and the Hierophant. There is an unfinished conflict and an unfinished business that still exists. Okay, there is something here about you and your twin flame. There is a beef that has happened. And you want to address that. You know you are a peacemaker, so you want to make peace, okay? You want to spread love. You want to spread peace. You want to spread your legs. You want to spread whatever it is that you want. You know what I'm saying? Cottage cheese, I don't know. But you don't want to cause or spread any kind of hatred or any kind of animosity with anybody, especially with your twin flame. So right now, a lot of you are definitely recognizing the fact that this is something that needs to be confronted, and it's been heavy on you with the Ten of Wands. I think there has been this moment for some of you that your twin flame was the last person, they had the last word, and it's bugging you, you know? Now, the Six of Swords is talking about transition here, all right? Transition here with the Six of Swords. And it is clarified, dear Libroski. It's clarified by the Star, the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. You have a decision here to make. You know what I'm getting here for you, Libra? One moment you want to manifest this relationship. You want to manifest family with this person. The next moment you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? You go back and forth. And then memories come up. Six of Cups, and then memories come up from the past, Libra, that you had trust issues with this person, Seven of Swords. There is a lot of, it's a mixed bag, and there is a lot to unpack in this situation with your twin flame. And you don't like when someone lies to you. Your karma. You know what I'm saying? So one moment you're like, what am I doing? And the next moment you're like, I don't know, I'm having these flashbacks. I really would like to settle down and build a family with this person. I gotta do something. And then I think you are disconnecting at a certain point this month, but with the Queen of Wands and Seven of Pentacles, this is the King and a Queen doing a lot of thinking, a lot of revisiting of this relationship, a lot of contemplation going on. So let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is, Queen of Wands is clarified by the Sun, the Empress, and the Seven of Swords. Could be dealing with the Leo, Taurus, another air sign. I feel like that for many of you, you don't fully trust. And this person also may tell you that they don't trust you either. There is a lot of this equal blame game that may happen. And whoever has the receipts or has the valid reasons, you already know. But I think that for many of you, this is a situation where, you know, bringing up the past stuff here with the Seven of Swords showing up twice already, it's not necessarily... the way that it's being brought up is the issue. It's not that it's being brought up. There is something about communication. Someone here having a hot temper. Someone here maybe also avoiding a conversation. There is this closed-off energy, and that's the issue. It's not the entire story of itself. It's just the way that it's being handled. You know what I'm saying? You know? Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles, wow, at the bottom of the deck again, there is a lot of contemplation going on. A lot of thinking. There is a lot of what if questions going on. What if we could actually build this relationship, right? What if we could actually get together and build something really profound? So let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles, Libra. So the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Cups, King of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. A lot of you, I think you know that this person, you know, has some avoidant tendencies. When you look at the King of Wands looking into the Eight of Cups, and that's why you go back and forth. Two of Pentacles, you're going back and forth because you know that King of Wands has a tendency to leave Eight of Cups, walk away. So I'm saying, and the Seven of Swords is showing up twice, and you know you have been hurt many times in this situation. So, You have the King of Wands here again. Let's see what your twin flames gotta say. What they gotta say? So it's clarified by the Page of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Four of Swords. I think that your twin flame recognizes the fact that they can't form a family with you until they're healed, until they're calmed down, until their nervous system is calmed down, the Four of Swords. They have to really calm the F down. They can't be all towery. Literally, I just saw that. And the Ace of Wands. If you both want to get hold of onto this Ace of Wands or the Ace of Cups, depending on your situation, Team D, Team C, okay, they can't be like constantly living in this chaos. It's an internal chaos. It's an internal wound and trauma they need to deal with. So they need to really heal before they can actually come towards you. And they know that. And they know that because there is the Page of Swords. That's communication, and that's a lot of planning and thinking. So there is this period. There's going to be thinking going on about that. So I'm saying, so let's get the advice, Libra. Let's get the advice, Libras. Let's see what's going on. What is the advice? I can't. Four of Swords again, the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles. You see what I'm saying? The Tower moment is inevitable. You know, your twin flame may come back, but the patterns will come back again. This is about the fact that they really need to relax. They need to heal. And relax, I'm not saying, you know, laying in a hot tub and relaxing. I'm talking about like they need to really calm down. And they need to be aware of the fact that you're not here to play games and you are not the one to be played with. So this Tower moment, what is this transformation showing to you as well? You know, with the Queen of Pentacles, how grounded are you? What are you doing to ground yourself, even though this situation has come to an end or it feels like it's still very chaotic? What do you do for your own grounding? Because this twin flame journey can be quite intense, okay? So the good news here is that there is this thinking going on and they need to acknowledge that, Libra, for them to really understand that they need to heal something. Because it's not about them coming back. It's not about just reuniting. And there will be moments in the Mercury retrograde period when there will be some kind of a communication. And I think that if you were to communicate certain things, maybe you don't have to bring things straight up from the past, but maybe you could initiate a conversation about, you know, how both of you can navigate through it. Communication style, communication wise, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to settle down for a mediocre type of a relationship with your twin flame or with anybody. This is about you also stop being a people pleaser, okay, and raise the bar. Because you're also teaching your twin flame how to reflect that energy back to you and how to match that frequency, because they need to also level up and step up as well. So I'm saying, so this is what I got for you, dear Libra. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this reading helped. I love you all so much, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.